Hey, welcome back to No Hype Beer Reviews. Unless it's your first time, then welcome. Please consider subscribing. If you do, hit that notification bell, get the updates. Very excited for today's beer. It's courtesy of Hop Butcher. Thank you so much for sending it. Really appreciate it. It's actually a pale ale, which is cool. I talked a lot in prior videos. You know, it's Hop Butcher. They mess around with hops. They do a lot of hoppy beers. And I haven't had a ton of pale ales from them, so always excited to try, different style. Yep, in the vein of IPAs, double IPAs, sure. This is Citra and Mosaic Hopped American Pale Ale, 5.75% ABV. It's called Grid. Great can art as always. Tasting notes: bright citrus, pleasant, dank, tropical fruit. And it is 3 weeks old at time of review. Oops. Proper glassware, if I forgot to mention that. And dirty glassware, apparently. I was on a pretty good streak of having clean glasses. Yeah, I mean, it definitely looks, unfiltered to slightly hazy. It's somewhere in there. I recently did Rapture by The Alchemist. It kind of reminds me of that, where in today's age of murky looking beers or turbid looking beers, it's definitely somewhere in that unfiltered, heavily unfiltered look. A nice yellow, sunshiny color, barely off white head. Probably at its peak, it had about a finger of that, small bubbles. I mean, it's a very beautiful looking pale ale. Let's get into the aroma. Definitely hit with a burst of sweet citrus, but not candy sweet, more like that juicy sweet orange. A little bit of zest in there, which is nice. Too funny that I mentioned not candy orange, because now I am getting a candied orange sweetness, but still mixing in with the juice and that zestiness. So it is very tangerine-y orange. I see what they're saying by the dank. Yep. Kiss of lemon zest. There's another thing. It's not pineapple. I don't know. Maybe I'll get in the taste. There is something else familiar going on. It's just because I don't want to just say another thing that's on the side of the can. Right now it's coming across as generic tropical fruit. I'm hoping when I taste it, I'll be able to pick it more specifically apart. Only one way to find out. Cheers. I'll tell you what. Awesome level of bitterness. I love pale ales. I love old school pale ales. I mean, Sierra Nevada pale ale. Come on, right? I mean, just a classic. I could drink that beer every day. I love the level of bitterness in this pale ale. So, man, and I'm not surprised it's not as sweet in the taste as it was in the aroma. It's a pale ale. Definitely get that. I'm glad I said orange. I'm glad I said lemon. I get that. It doesn't go into grapefruit or lime territory, at least for me, and not right now. The aftertaste, the finish to, and then the aftertaste as I'm talking now, it is relatively dry. It's if you had, gotten some of the pith eating an orange. So it's definitely leaning that way. So I'm glad they put that. I agree with that 100%. I do get a slight pineapple. I mean, super slight. A nice earthy. I totally see what they're talking about with that danky thing. I'm getting that. It's this earthy, grassy, almost lemongrass. It's super refreshing. For me, this beer is so focused on the orange and that lemon, so that those citrus notes coming through beautifully in the format of a pale ale. And again, you're getting that bitterness you want. It's a little lighter in taste, like it's supposed to be. I'm getting a little crackery malt right now as I'm talking, which is awesome. So I'm if this is interesting or not to watch, I'm mostly agreeing with the can. the tropical is the thing I get the least. I am getting a little bit of pineapple. You know, I had some dried guava in a trail mix somewhat recently. You know, so my palate's not great for like guava. It's just as an example, but it's not reminiscent of what that tastes like. It's not lychee, which I have, you know, a little bit better of a memory on. So I'm trying to like going through that checklist of things. It's not melony, so you know it's not kiwi, but it does make me think slight tropical. Maybe that's where I'm getting the pineapple from. Maybe a kiss of strawberry. Wait, Mosaic is one of the things, right? Mosaic, you know, which gives me berries sometime. Although lately, I've not been getting much berry from Mosaic. But maybe I could see a kiss of strawberry in there. I'll put it this way: I like this beer a lot, and I think at this ABV and this flavor profile, you know, it's and I've said this a lot lately in lower ABV beers. It is both crushable and commands some of your attention. So it's not mindlessly drinking, right? But like it has that flavor profile. It has that lightness, that crispness. You know that you could put a bunch of these away easily. You know, while still being like, wait, pay attention to me. You know. But in terms of watching a beer review where I basically am agreeing with what's on the side of the can, I don't know if that's interesting to you or not. But I really dig this beer, and I hope I brought a little something to it besides just reading the side of the can. But their tasting notes and what I'm tasting are pretty much the same. So that's okay. It happens sometimes. I just, you know, I'm self-conscious if this makes for a good beer review or not. If you had this beer, did you think it was basically what was on the can? Did you get other tasting notes? Would love to hear your thoughts. I'm really excited to see what other beer reviewers are saying about this when they do their reviews because I'm super curious. And yeah. I'm starting to ramble, so it's time to wrap things up. Thanks again for sending it, Hop Butcher. Thank you guys for watching. I really appreciate it. Check me out on Instagram and on Tapped. It's No Hype Beer Reviews at both those places. So always please like, comment, subscribe, and most importantly, imbibe. Cheers, everyone.